Most bankers aren't ready to help you until after their third cup of coffee. But with Central National Bank's after-hours service, you don't have to wait for the bank lobby to open to get help. You can contact us from 6 to 8:30 in the morning or from 5 to 10 in the evening, and we'll connect you to a real, live, local person who can answer questions and fix problems 7 days a week. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast. Central Texas Life with Ann Harder presents Central Texas Events.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Central Texas Events, and we want to tell you about a very special event that's coming up in June. So we got a little time, but it's important to go ahead and get it on your calendar and be thinking about it, and it is Protect Yourself.
That's right.
Through Better at Last. And of course, our friend Teresa Gingles with us. This is your little agency, I would say little, it's an amazing nonprofit with a very important focus on older folks living life to the fullest.
That's it.
And it's just taking off, just going like gangbusters. How long, Teresa, has this been going on? Not that long.
We got our 501c3 officially last March, so we are just 13 months old officially.
Wow,
yeah.
Just hardly a toddler. But you are already impacting so many lives.
Hope so.
And so first of all, just tell them about this event, Protect Yourself. So this is going to encompass, I would assume, a lot of different aspects.
Yes. So thank you for having me. Protect Yourself is a fraud and abuse and financial scams awareness conference. We are hoping to bring in our adults 55 and above and your caregivers, if they're available, to the Waco Convention Center to get you in front of the people and the resources that you can use to protect yourself from fraud, abuse, scams, anything like that you can think of. We have tried to bring an expert in so that you are face to face with someone either locally or from around the state who is an expert in financial crime. We have someone coming in to talk on like making improvements on your home. So if you want to age in place and you want to have a contractor come in or have your roof replaced, of how to have those conversations and not get scammed.
Right, and to wonder, who can I trust?
Who can I
to
trust?
come in and do this and not rip me off?
We have really worked on having these wonderful relationships with not just the sponsors of this event, but also with our Waco PD. So there'll be an entire law enforcement track so that, we know that this is a $9 billion a year industry. I hate to use the word industry, but we know that this is affecting so many people quicker than we can really stay ahead of it. So we want to give people the opportunity to be their first line of defense. Mm-hmm. And instead of reacting and having to go and call your bank and say, I think that I just lost X amount, a lot of times once the money is gone, the money's gone, and there's just not a whole lot we can do to recover. But if you do find yourself in a situation, because the statistics are alarming, that either you or someone probably has been a victim of some kind of financial crime or abuse, that the steps to take and that you're not afraid to ask for help. Mm-hmm. You're not afraid to reach out to our law enforcement or our banks or that kind of thing, because these relationships are what are going to keep us safer.
Well, and often there's a embarrassment and shame and all that involved. Not that they really did anything wrong other than just being fooled.
Exactly.
And things online are so realistic looking.
Yeah, these are professional criminals who
and they wouldn't do it if it didn't work.
Exactly. So. And what we're learning, and I've learned so much to just being surrounded by this amazing committee that's helping me put this on, that one of the reasons that our older adults have a bigger target on their backs is because they have done well to prepare for their future, and that they are retiring or doing things that they're enjoying, and they're often more compassionate. And so you get these stories of these phone calls where they say that your grandson's stuck in Mexico, and they pull at your heartstrings. And so here are wonderful older adults with these big hearts and bigger bank accounts. Mm-hmm. And so they end up with bigger targets on their backs. And so we want to make sure that we're not trying to say that you can't have compassion or that you shouldn't continue to save for your retirement, but that we are understanding the current scams that are happening, the ways that we can avoid or double check. There's some very simple ways of hovering over these hyperlinks to make sure that they match what they're trying. I did that yesterday. I got an email from my phone company, and it said, blah, 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 your information has been shared, and all I did was go to the AT&T website, sorry, I said AT&T, website to confirm the information so that I knew exactly where it was coming from. So that we're going to take people through basic computer safety. We've got a wonderful group of local banks who are supporting us. Community Bank has just been amazing. Just from the word go, they said, thank you for putting this on. And I'm not doing it. I'm just helping organize it. But getting these experts in front of our older adults. So
well, it's really kind of remarkable. Just last week, I'm the president of a state society. And my treasurer, who lives in Houston, is a CPA and an attorney. She writes to me. She goes. Now I got a request from you to transfer money, $3,700. She said it was from your email, from my email.
Yep.
So she did a screenshot and sent it to me, and I thought, you have got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
And
just like that.
I know. But so they're trolling around and seeing that I'm associated with this particular state group. It's a nonprofit group. And just, I guess they're hoping that the treasurer is not on top of things.
Absolutely.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it is. And it happens way too frequently, but it's happening right here in our own backyard. And so that's one of the reasons that we're bringing in people from Houston are coming up, Dallas are coming down,
Good.
But a lot of our local resources, because it's happening right here in our backyard too. And the best thing we can do is, I've told our group, we're circling the wagons. We've got to circle the wagons around our older adults and keep the protection strong. Of what we can do, and then how to recover if something happens. Like we said, remove the shame, that this is happening so frequently. We all know that it happens. It doesn't mean that you are incompetent, or these are professionals.
And I wonder if
that are
that's
doing
what they're
that.
thinking. Oh no, I'm losing it.
Right.
I
And
was
it's
able to
not.
be taken in by this, but
And
no, just to always ask questions.
Yes.
I'm always getting something. I'll show it to my husband and said, "Look at this." He goes, "It's a spam."
Yep,
just
absolutely.
get rid of it. But it looks so, Anyway, I know a lot of people do a lot of their business online. They do their banking and investments and all that kind of thing, which to me is scary, but just for this very reason. But in thinking about technology and AI, and I'm wondering if with this whole aspect, how much more realistic they can make things look.
Our sound, yes, absolutely.
Voices.
It is scary, and we don't want to elicit fear.
No,
we want to.
No, you need to be
educate and empower and engage. All the words that we are working on at Better at Last of getting people connected and being more aware that you're not alone in this. I think the part about this that I've enjoyed learning the most about is how passionate our local banks are of helping if there's any issue. So if you ever have a question, I encourage you to get to know your whoever your local bank is. I mentioned community. We're working, our top sponsors who have just been amazing in supporting this has been Community Bank from day one. Yeah. Central National Bank has been amazing. Citizen State Bank, who has some smaller banks just in the surrounding areas of Waco, has been amazing. Independent Financial, the City of Woodway has been supportive to make this a free event. So we are opening registration now. So please go to our website. It's betteratLast.org. And there's a tab at the top that says conference. And we want to just get your name so that we know that we have enough room. This is a limited capacity. We have up to 800 spots, so those are going to go really quickly.
That's a lot, and this is going to be at the Waco Convention Center. And what is the date exactly?
It's June 7th. It's
June
a Friday
7th.
morning.
Okay.
We'll have check-in from 8 to 9, and then we'll have two keynote speakers who are living better at last that I'm so excited. You guys will recognize retired Sergeant Patrick Swanton is going to be one of our
Pat? That's
one of
awesome.
our keynote
Yes,
speakers.
he's enjoying his post-Waco PD.
He is, and he's
life,
still
yeah.
working and working in security, and so he has got such a
Right.
finger on the pulse of this from the law
really
enforcement
knows
side.
this stuff.
And so we're thrilled that he's going to be one of our keynote speakers. And then we have another person, Sandy Sullivan, who's going to be coming up from San Antonio, who retired from Frost Bank, which is one of the biggest
Right,
banks in
right.
Texas. And she has an extensive career and is continuing to serve with passion to serve older adults on the banking side of financial fraud and abuse. And so we have two wonderful people who are recently retired, who are still working and still living better at last. And then we're going to have, so that'll be the first 45 minutes or so. We'll have a light breakfast that we're going to serve. Again, free of charge.
That's great.
We just want people to come in and enjoy and get to know more people in our community. And then we'll have 3 breakout sessions, and this is where you can kind of pick between. We have the Rainey and Rainey group, of course, that is so supportive.
right.
They're one of our sponsors
yes,
as
for
well.
she's been on this show before talking
Yes,
about
and
elder
and
legal issues.
exactly, and
yeah.
so they're going to talk about more of that legal side of elder fraud and abuse. And then we have, like I said, a law enforcement track. We've got a sergeant, a social worker, and a detective who are going to talk about their perspectives of what this looks like, a lot of the financial side and how that looks from the banking industry and what to look for there. Again, we're going to have someone talk about construction and having work done so that you can age in place. That's what we're
Right, and it's
hoping.
important to do those things.
It's important to do those
Yeah,
things.
those grab bars and whatever else you need. you know?
Absolutely. Safe entry, lighting,
Yeah.
all the wonderful things. So I think that we have, a couple of others are the Area Agency on Aging has been
good.
really supportive. Friends for Life is been
Oh,
a part of our
Inez,
planning.
yeah.
And then Meals on Wheels and our senior centers, we're hoping to bring in
Good.
other organizations who can help bring on from every part of the community that we want people here.
Very well-rounded.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about Better at Last, though, in general, in what the time we have left, because this is something, again, you say just started about 18 months ago, and it's an opportunity for people to kind of join up and then be able to pick and choose from a lot of different programming. I mean, this is a big deal, what you're doing with the Protect Yourself conference, but you do other things
Absolutely.
regularly for folks.
Our events are just picking up, and our mission is to empower and engage older adults to live with purpose throughout their lives by better connecting them to their strength and wellness, their community, and their future. And our nonprofit is based on education. So as a physical therapist, I'm a board-certified geriatrics PT. This Better at Last is an extension of how I wanted to care for people
Right.
in the community. And so what we're doing is offering opportunities to bring in local experts. So not just myself, but early May, we are bringing in a professor at Baylor who's the leading sleep expert, Dr.
Good.
Michael Scullin,
Yes.
who's going to come in and do a sleep workshop and brain health it's on May 8th. So if you're available, then you can go to our website as well there. We have strength and balance workshops ongoing. The City of Woodway Family Center that just opened. We're every
Yes.
Thursday at 1 o'clock. We're at the City of Woodway's new facility that's just amazing, and we're bringing in experts there. I'm doing a lot this month on strength and balance and stability. We have an ongoing pelvic health workshops that are so important that helps with sleep. It helps with all things that you can get stronger in that area as well. Nutrition, we've got our elder fraud series that is ongoing. So we're really trying to tackle anything that you can think of to be strong and connected and aging well, and really from about 55 plus. And one of the things that we really realized was that aging well doesn't have to have a number on it.
No.
And there's wonderful organizations and resources in the community that really help in the later aging process of home health and hospice and that. But there's this group of wonderful people who are maybe close to retirement or all the way up to 105 who are active and connected or want to be active and connected.
Right.
And that's really where Better at Last fits into this niche of keeping people strong, active, and connected, and serving people who might still be going to all their grandkids' games. They might even have an elder parent who's still. So
Right.
we've started to describe this, instead of the sandwich generation, this is kind of the club sandwich generation. Because there's
true.
like a.
It
there's-
is true. Several layers
There's
here.
several layers, and what a wonderful thing, that we
Yeah.
have.
Well, it
people
is, and
who
people are living longer.
living longer and staying active enough that, like, my parents are picking up my kids from school this afternoon and having a wonderful time with them.
Yeah.
And I just love that we've found this area of need, that these people who are so quick to serve others, that maybe I can serve them as well.
Well, the connectedness is really what's so important, because a big part of the suffering I think older people do is loneliness. And so this is just a built-in group of great friends.
We are
that
having
are learning
so
good
much
things.
fun.
Yeah. Well, it's not a surprise that it's just growing like gangbusters. I appreciate you so much, Teresa, with what you're doing. And again, Protect Yourself Conference, and this is on fraud prevention and these
Financial scams.
all kinds of things. But kind of a focus on that at the Waco Convention Center, June 7th.
And we'll be
in
there
the
from
morning.
8 to 12.
But go ahead and sign up.
Yes,
and that,
register.
And that is going to be at betteratlast.org.
.org.
Very good,
Yes.
Teresa. Thank you. You're doing all the good. Come back and see us again.
Anytime you'll have
All
me.
right. And join us again on Central Texas Events. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.